Hello and welcome to Horrible Horror, where I put my life on the line for your entertainment. Now, let me ask you one thing. What scared you the most when you were a kid? What's that? Clowns? Yeah, not quite. That's not what I'm looking for. And it wasn't your creepy Aunt Edna either, who would always want a big welcome kiss, a big wet one whenever she came to visit, and always smelled like dying cats and gave you bonbons that tasted like vomits. No, it wasn't her either, even if that's hard to imagine for some of us. No. I know the one thing that has scared every kid all over the world at some point or another. That thing is the Boogeyman. Throughout history, every single culture has had a boogeyman, no matter what its name is or its country of origin. It is one of the most inherently evil things in existence. It has terrified children all over the world just by mentioning it. It's a creature that only you could see, and which had no other purpose in its entire wretched being than to grab you and take you away and eat you for no reason. Whether it was under your bed, hiding in the cracks in the wall, or in your closet, the Boogeyman was always there. The inexplicable evil. It's a great, simple and scary concept, so why was it never used right in a horror movie? In Halloween, Michael Myers is referred to as the Boogeyman, but that's just to create a feeling that you can't stop him. And in the 80s, there were two slashers simply entitled The Boogeyman, but as far as I know, they didn't have anything to do with the concept either. Then, in 2005, came a movie simply entitled Boogeyman, all about that horrible creature, and I was psyched! With a monster this inherently evil, so widely known and feared, I thought there was no way they could screw up a portrayal of a creature that had at some point frightened everyone on the planet. I mean, it's the Boogeyman. How do you mess that up? Like this. Let's take a look at this piece of garbage and watch the movie that made so damn sure the Boogeyman would never scare a child ever again. Surprisingly, the movie actually starts off pretty well. The first scene shows us a little child seeing the Boogeyman all over his room. Dad comes in to check on him, then assures him there is no such thing as the Boogeyman and checks every corner of the room.
Nobody home. Just us.
Oh, dude! That was actually kind of brutal. Well, not in the sense that it's the goriest, most brutal, scariest thing I've ever seen, but think about this. This movie just pulled a massive fuck you to the audience and actually killed off a little kid's dad in the very first scene. That is kind of ballsy. Alright, you got my attention. Show me what happens next. Oh, son of a bitch! You know, I don't want to complain this early, but is a grown man really gonna be the main character of a movie about the Boogeyman? It's a childhood fear! We just saw a kid watching his dad get killed. Make it about the kid trying to deal with the fact that there's actually something evil in his fucking closet. Anyway, Tim is all grown up and leading a fairly normal life, though he still appears to be a bit uneasy about dark places. During a Thanksgiving dinner, his girlfriend decides to tell us everything about him that the movie should be telling us.
Tim's had kind of a strained relationship with his parents. Tim's father ran out when he was 8.
Jess.
That's sad.
Then he had to go live with his uncle in a tiny room in the back of his bar.
Exposition lady! Away! Whoosh! Deciding to call it a night, Tim checks around the guest room for ghosts. He then goes to sleep, but is soon visited by his girlfriend, or so he thinks.
Timmy? You can't keep running away. Look at me.
Damn it, Mom! I've already explained this to you! Incest is wrong! Stop trying to sleep with me!
Look at me!
Anyway, it's obviously all just a vision. He gets a call saying his mom has died, and he goes home for her burial. He is advised by his old child psychologist to spend the night in his childhood home to deal with his trauma. But first, we get this scene.
Hey, we need some help in here! Hey, the nurse is on the way. It's okay. It's all right. What? What is it?
Oh man, he's gonna be sorry when he realizes that she's screaming because a random stranger just walked into her hospital room. Oh, and of course we can't have him go to his mom's funeral without a pointless jump scare. Ah! Help! A pointless moment! Ah! They're everywhere! Run! Anyway, after talking to his uncle, he finally gets to his house. He walks around hallucinating for a bit before spotting an old childhood friend get hurt outside. He rushes to a rescue, they catch up and she leaves. Huh. And because we're too dumb to understand that he's afraid of closets by now, we get a little panic scene just for the hell of it. Oh God help me! Get me out of this movie! I promise to never have an even remotely noteworthy career. Just get me out! You just know that wasn't scripted. I bet they just recorded his reaction to reading the script and then put it in the movie somewhere as a psychotic breakdown. He then meets a little girl who seems to know that he's met the Boogeyman before. He advises her to count to 5 when she's afraid, and she asks the dumbest "this is supposed to be a mysterious and ominous line" question in movie history.
What happens when you get to 6?
Oh, no!
That is what happens, you little brat! He told you to count to 5, and 5 shall be the number thou shalt count. No more, no less, and 5 shall be the number of counting. Thou shalt not count to 3, nor shalt thou count to 4, excepting that thou then proceed to 5. 6 is right out and will earn you nothing more than my unending hate and a church spire to the face! Now go away.